User waypoints in your personal GPS can be super handy for a variety of reasons. You may want to mark your house or a strip often in the bush, or mark your hunting spots so you can come back and scout for ducks later. This video will be a complete tutorial on how to add user waypoints into the Garmin GTN 750. So you can see that I have the Garmin GTN 750 pulled up on my iPad mini. Anything related to user waypoints will be in the waypoint info button from the main menu. And then I'm primarily concerned with these bottom three functions. Now, 3 of the 4 ways to import user waypoints will be through the Create Waypoint screen. The 4th way is going to be to do a mass import via an SD card, which we will cover in a little bit. So clicking on the Create User Waypoint screen brings you to the area where you can create a user waypoint. It defaults to your current location. So for the sake of the video, I'm just going to drag this over to the side. But if you know where it is on the GPS map, you can drag this anywhere you want. The user identifier is going to be the equivalent of an airport code. So you're going to type this in whenever you want to navigate to the waypoint, and that's what's going to show up on the map. So say, for example, if this was my house, I could make it say home. If this was an airport, I could check the airport button and give it an elevation, but since this is just a waypoint, I'm going to turn that off. Now the comment defaults to the latitude and longitude of that position, but you can change it to whatever you want. You're limited to 24 characters, but it's just a good way to get extra information. So maybe I'll make it say my house. Now you have 3 different position types to choose from. Now if you just click it and drag it on the map, then it doesn't really matter, but if you're entering this data, then it's important to know. You can use latitude and longitude, which is my personal favorite. You can use the intersection of 2 radials, so you can see that that dot is the intersection of the 348 radial of Springfield VOR and the 324 radial of Dogwood VOR. Or you can do the radial and the distance, so you can see that that point is 14 nautical miles on the 348 radial of Springfield VOR. So if you know your VORs, you know how to track that waypoint down, you can enter it. However, most of us are probably just going to use latitude and longitude. If this was a temporary waypoint, you can select the temporary button. This is strictly a designation and it only allows you to filter in or out temporary waypoints. So since I want this to be permanent, I'm going to leave that turned off and go ahead and hit create. This takes you to the waypoint info screen. Now to access this screen from the menu, we can click on waypoint info and user waypoint, and then it's going to bring you to your first waypoint. If you have more than one, you can hit view list and it'll show the list of all the waypoints. However, I only have this one right here. If I want to edit the waypoint, I can go ahead and hit edit and it brings you straight back to the waypoint entry screen to modify anything that you need to. When viewing a waypoint, it shows your relative distance and bearing to that waypoint. It also shows the latitude and longitude that you would enter previously. And then if you want to delete it, you can delete it from here as well. If you want to navigate to a waypoint, you can just go to the direct button, select hit waypoint, and start typing it in, and it'll pop in the fast find just like in any old airport would. So I can select home, hit activate, and you can see that it's navigating me to the home waypoint. Another way to add a user waypoint is going to be from the panning screen on the main map function. So you can just select wherever on the cursor that you want the waypoint to be. And then you can see over here where it says create waypoint, you can just select that. This takes you back to the create user waypoint screen where you can enter in all the data, hit create, and you can see that that waypoint pops up on the panning mode screen. The third way to import a waypoint is going to be particularly handy if you don't know where that waypoint is on the GPS map. So for the sake of this, we will go ahead and launch Apple Maps. And I'm going to add Cherokee Air Park as a waypoint on this screen because it's not identified in the map. So if I want to do that, I can press and hold on the screen to add a pin, and then it pulls up the coordinates for that pin. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to write those coordinates down. So after you have written down the coordinates, you can go to create a user waypoint, and we'll call this one Cherokee. It is an airport, so I will go ahead and hit the airport field. And I don't know the elevation, but that is probably pretty close. The comment, I will make it say Cherokee Air Park. And then since the position that we're going to be using is latitude and longitude, I will leave that position type and go ahead to the latitude and longitude entry screen. Now you can see that this is set up in degrees, minutes, and decimal point of minutes. However, ours is just a decimal point of the full degree, so we need to change the format. So for the Apple Maps, we can change it to degree and decimal, and then we can go ahead and type it in. So we're north 37.54823. And then we are west 93.39925. So you can use this map to double check. You can see it's roughly south of Bolivar, which is where it shows up on Apple Maps. So I can hit create, and now Cherokee Air Park is on there. So now say I am at Bolivar. I want to go to Cherokee. I can select that, hit activate, and there we go. Now we're heading to Cherokee Air Park. So I've switched over to my laptop computer to show you how to enter user waypoints using a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet has to be formatted in a very specific manner. You can find this formatting from the pilot's guide for the GTN 750 or just follow along. But column A is the waypoint name with a maximum of 6 characters. Column B is your comment with a maximum of 24 characters. Column C is your latitude, and column D is your longitude. Now for the latitude and longitude, you can do two digits to the left of the decimal point and 6 digits to the right of the decimal point. A negative indicates southern latitudes or western longitudes, and a positive indicates northern latitudes or eastern longitudes. When you've entered all of your waypoints, you can go ahead and save the Excel spreadsheet as a CSV, comma separated values file titled user.csv. Now you'll save that waypoint to say your desktop, for example, and go in and rename it to user.wpt. You'll then want to add that spreadsheet to a freshly formatted SD card and take it to your GTN 750 unit in the airplane. What you want to do is enter that SD card into the GPS and flip on your avionics master to turn on the GPS. So now to import these waypoints, you'll go to the waypoint info screen and hit import waypoints. So you can see this little warning pops up telling you that it's going to occur in the background. You hit OK and it starts importing. When the import is complete, you'll get a message telling you that the waypoints were imported successfully. If you didn't have correct formatting, it would tell you that the import failed. And then you can go click on the user waypoint list to verify that your waypoints did import. So you can see duck 01, 02, and then fish 01 through 04 have been imported from our Excel spreadsheet. And it also remained our existing waypoints in the list. If you want to view where any of those waypoints are, you can click on them and it'll show it on the map. So this one is just to the west of Kansas City. So that's a really good way to import user waypoints, from an existing GPS. So if you're switching from one airplane to another and you've got a bunch of waypoints, you can do that. Or if you just don't want to go through and manually enter, say, 100 waypoints into your new GPS with the avionics master turned on, this will be a much faster way to do that. So those are the 4 ways that you can import user waypoints into the Garmin GTN 750. I hope this video was helpful. I thank you for watching till the end, and we'll see you in the next one.